Hey guys, what's up? This is going to be my first YouTube video ever on this channel, and I'm looking to creating more content on this channel. I've got many cool and interesting ideas, but this is going to be the one to start it off. Without further ado, let's get to the games. Okay, so game one right here, you can see the comps. We ended up picking Piper first. They ended up responding with that with Tick Gray, which is pretty decent, but it's kind of squishy at the same time. So we ended up going Max Pearl to try to overwhelm them. And then they ended up taking Grom, which was pretty weird in my opinion because, as you'll be able to see in this game, we were able to get quite a bit of pressure on them. Ended up pinching them back in their spawn like we are now. And we just get a full team wipe right there with ease. Going into the next round is set 1. I try to play my lane like back a bit, but I don't want to play too far back to the point where the Grom can start overwhelming me. I want to have my presence there to keep him back. I just hit a little curve on him. Then I'm trying to push him back here, but I end up hitting the wall. But I didn't want to go too deep and end up killing myself with the Gray hooking me. So I just ended up playing that slower, which I thought was pretty decent. Here we go. We're going into round 2. I believe this game they ended up causing more of an issue on us. Like they ended up trying to double lane me at first, but our max ends up getting pressure, and then we pinch them all inside that mid bush. I make sure to dodge the Gray hook. I was surprised he didn't go after the max with the Gray hook because he's the one really causing the pressure and putting them in their spawn. But it is what it is. End up getting 2 taps on the Grom. He ends up going down. I hit the Gray right here. He's down, and now it's just a 2v1. We end up extending this longer than it should be for no apparent reason, other than to give max speed, like it was that serious. But it is what it is. So he's just going to get max speed. I end up breaking this wall in a second. There it is. I don't know how I didn't get the full wall, but whatever. Now walking up the map, trying to cause some pressure. Gray's really hovering that wall. It's kind of rough that I left that one wall. I would have been able to hit him right there. So I'm kind of just holding my curve at this point, trying to hit this tick. And I end up missing. The tick goes to 1 HP, and we don't end up finishing it off. And both my teammates just end up going down. So here I'm just trying to get super, trying to avoid giving them super, which I end up walking into the Grom shot, so that ended up working well. And hopefully things go better now, especially with the tick head breaking that one annoying wall that I had left. Gray ends up missing Max. Max sped herself, forgot to use the hypercharge. Little unlucky. But we're just holding, playing time, because we know when zone closes we can really overwhelm them. Just a hypercharged tick head coming down the lane. We deal with that. And Max can make an aggressive play here. And we really start pinching them back into this corner in a second. And they just can't really move. They just are all stuck in that corner. I hyper jump on them to keep them in the corner. Max goes in, gets the free 2 kills, and Pearl ends up finishing them all off. And that's game 1. So right here, going into game 2, this is probably our most competitive game out of all 4 of the games that I'm going to show you. And I do want to say, I didn't put all the games in order. I wanted to do them all what's more interesting because we were kind of low in elo at the start of the day. So I didn't really want to get those games and then get the random solo queue games that we just ended up wiping through. But anyways, in this game, we ended up picking Piper first. They ended up responding with Jean Nani. Then we ended up picking Gray Mr. P. We would have picked Mr. P first, but we just missed it, and I guess they did too, or they just weren't concerned about it. But we definitely did miss it. And I get a nice kill there. Kind of pinching spawn right here, but we do have the lead. And Jean ends up missing pull, so it's pretty good for us. The only big concern is this Melody hypercharge. I try to hit the Jean here. I go up here. I drag my super back, but it wasn't in time, so I end up going down right there, which is pretty unfortunate, but it happens. So I just want to keep this Jean back, try not to give her pull, which I gave her pull, but it's not like I could avoid that to an extent. And as long as I don't get full clipped by the Stony, we're good. We end up, both of my teammates end up going down right there to the Melody hypercharge. It's so nasty. She's, in my opinion, a top 5 brawler right now. Not many counters to her. But we end up trying to push up the map here with these 5 seconds left. And we get 1 kill, but Melody's in the back and Nani doesn't have enough stars, so can't really make much out of that, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Moving on to game 2. In game 2, I'm pretty sure we end up losing Blue Star. Not 100% sure. I end up curving the Nani right off the start because the Piper curve is so nasty with the gadget change. It's really insane. My teammate ends up getting a nice kill there, and I end up finishing the Nani up there. So all's good. We're up 2. We have Blue Star. Melody's trying to press me. She does, but we end up just getting the trade right back, so it doesn't really matter. And now I have super and Melody doesn't, so in my opinion I like that trade. And it just gives us more time. I end up gadging the wall for no reason. I don't know why. And shooting the wall. I end up trying to keep this Nani back. I don't want her to end up pressing my teammate. Mav ends up surviving right there with 400 HP, which is pretty lucky. I end up dodging that Nani head, so does my teammate. I end up having to jump it here, or else I would have died. Now, I do curve the Nani here. She hits me with a return to sender, which is okay. I had a nice shot on through the teleporter right there. And we're pushing up the map a little bit at this point, trying to get out of the spawn trap a little bit. With 30 seconds left to go. Melody hypercharges in. I jump away, end up getting the kill. Teammate goes down. I end up curving him. And we're all set. We get the lead back just by 1 star, so we gotta end up holding this off. So with 10 seconds, I end up popping my hypercharge with 5 to go, just curving, just trying to prevent them from getting our teammates and me, because I have jump, so. Going into game 3 here, you know, us losing first game, now winning second game, we get some momentum heading into this third game, which is good for our team, and we'll have to see how this one plays out. So, end up walking down my lane, and we hold off the mid a little bit. I end up giving Nani quite a bit of positioning right here, but I can't let her get in that bush or we'd be in some big trouble. So I end up hitting that nice shot on her. I curve her there. She returns to sender me. And I hit a nice shot on the Melody. Tried to follow it up. End up not hitting those, which is unfortunate. But here, just standing our ground, you know, we're only down by the blue star, which they grabbed from the beginning, and it's really winnable. I end up getting full piece right there. It's pretty unfortunate. I end up jumping out, so I'm okay. Just healing up so I'm not one shot to the Nani, and my shield gear regens. And now I can push up the lane a little bit. Nani does have head, so I end up telling my team that. I end up tanking it right here before it does enough damage to kill any of us, mainly me. Because I don't, yeah, it wouldn't be able to kill Mr. P unless he doesn't have a shield gear up. I end up curving the Nani, and her gadget didn't go down in time, and my teammate TP'd on her and killed her. Very good trades from us. But unfortunately, Mav has all the stars right now, so if he dies, we still lose. But with 20 seconds left, we're in our spawn. King Killer goes to dive in on the Melody to keep her weak. Mav tries to grape hooker. It doesn't work out. We have hyper porters. We're just focusing Melody at this point because she's the only thing that can deal with us. And we end up keeping her away and end up winning this game. Right here, going into the second last set of the video, we got Penny Finks Meg versus Larry Brock Gray. This was a quite interesting draft. We just ended up wanting to try something, even though it was my Masters game. We wanted to try the Penny turn with the Finks super, with the gadget, because from all the videos we've seen, it was pretty rapid. And then we just went Meg for fun, honestly. There was really, like, no point. It was pretty terrible. But it does end up working out for us somehow. So far in this game, they got kind of early pressure. I mean, the Larry Lower is just sitting over on the right. Can't really deal with them. Neither can Meg. I ended up placing my turn in like the worst spot possible, so it just did nothing. I should have placed it back to the left. Larry just ends up destroying it. It was really stupid on my end. But with a minute left, we're looking fine. I mean, I end up getting some nice shots there. Brock's one. He ends up hooking me. I do go down because he supers on me. And Meg goes down as well. King Killer ends up getting one kill. I tell my teammate that Larry was up over there. And I'm debating on where to put my turn. I put it in the back a bit more so the Larry can't run up and kill it. And then I tried to use the gadget trick. I mean, it ended up hitting, which did end up giving us the kill, but it's not as cool as I was anticipating. Then great TPs, we trade them out. We still have lead. We're up one, and we're looking pretty fine right here. There was the gadget hypercharge I wanted. And right at the end, we end up getting a kill right before and end up dying, which ends up keeping us alive in that game. Now, heading into round 2 of this game, we were doing pretty good. It was just our draft was kind of terrible. Like I said earlier, we were just trying to try something out. I ended up sneak attacking the Gray, dodging a bit. Ended up getting 3 shots on him and the Brock, so now I'm one off turn. And we end up getting blue star in mid. So the start that we just got compared to last game and is ending up so much better. And that's partly for the fact that we put the Mega mid. I end up getting hooked there because I'm not running barrel because we want to try this. And King Killer ends up getting a nice kill at the top to give us a lead back. I place my turn in a much better spot right now, keeping us back and keeping a lot of pressure away. We end up getting that kill a second ago, and the Gray goes down as well. And now we have a 5-star lead with blue star, So we're looking quite solid. I got my turn set up, just picking away at the gray to get my hypercharge. Because once I get hypercharge, it's pretty much game if it isn't already game right now with our positioning. I end up hitting the Larry twice with my gadget, and he's down. Now I'm one shot off my hypercharge super. The Larry bot just went into spawn. And now I have my hypercharge super. Gray ends up coming on top of me, and my turn just did not end up tanking, unfortunately. But now we're 1 star away, or 2 stars away, and we just end up pinching them out for the game. And that's end to set 3 right there, which ends up giving me Masters 1. Now heading into Brawl Hockey, everyone's favorite mode, because we all love this mode. So we ended up picking Meeple first for the box, because the box really pressures people off the map, and with all the bans in play, I know you can't see the bans, but everyone that was banned were the only things that could deal with Meeple, so Meeple's just really strong into what they're running. Oh, Mav ends up getting a nice pick there. I pass it up. He ended up not being able to get there in time because he wanted to cycle his super, which is good. I mean, he cycled his super, we just don't end up scoring right there. It's unfortunate. But Meeple didn't go box because of the matchup we ended up getting, which makes stun so much better because of the Carl and the Gray if he TPs on someone. But we end up defending this here. I end up almost freezing the Stu. If I got him right there, that would have been really nice. And just hoping if our Ollie can stay alive here. If he stays alive, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. I clip him twice, and Mav stuns him, and we just get the full clip, and he's dead. Now, the Gray really can't do anything here, so we're just all healing up, getting to full resetting, and just getting some good taps on everyone. Gray ends up coming down to our left, and he ends up missing the goal. We kind of got blessed. And we end up getting a pass and a goal right there. Now that I have Hyper Super is looking really good. I see Stu go right for the wall, and he's gone. Now I'm trying to get some pressure on the ball, because the ball's everything in this game mode. And I'm just trying to keep this Carl back. Don't want him coming up. We end up our Meeple ends up passing to the Ollie, and we get a free goal right there because they don't have enough DPS. I end up hitting the Stu quite a bit there. I have my super, I freeze him, and I was so focused on freezing him that I just didn't save it. So that's on me. And now I end up, or our Ollie ends up just taking the ball and bringing it to our back, and we just end up winning game 1. Now heading into game 2 here. Game 1 we ended up having the ball and pressure pretty much all game, other than when Gray TP'd on the ball and ended up missing the goal. Other than that, we had full control of this game. I end up getting burned here. I won't go down, but I'll be 1 HP. So I'm just playing back at this point. Our Meeple's got a lot of pressure on the Carl. Ollie passes it over to him. I end up freezing the Carl. And Meeple can end up scoring, and the Gray ends up hooking him because he got it right back. End up freezing the Carl right there. And unfortunately, we just cannot get it in right there. It was just really unlucky. Now going back up the map, the puck just flies across the map with the single pass, because that's how much fun this game mode is. Our Meeple ends up going down, which is really bad for us. End up catching it back here. I send it over, through, and you can just score like that because that's how skilled this mode is. So now that we're up 1-0, I double freeze them. I don't know why Carl's not moving. I just try to freeze Stu right here. He ends up dashing away. I do end up full clipping him right there, and then he's dead. I got my hyper super, and we will end up scoring right here. And now it's 2-0. So just one more and this game's over. So he ends up jumping right over the Stu wall break. Gray's trying to go for a play, but he knows I'm there, so I was covering it. He's one off freeze. I end up freezing him. He's dead. Stu's 1 HP. We end up passing it over to Ollie, who's going to try to walk it in. He can't quite walk it in. I end up freezing along with Mav's stun, and we end up cleaning that game right up. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I'd greatly appreciate it if you subscribe. There will be a lot more content on the way. I'll be trying to post at least every 4 days, which we'll try to make happen based on how well this video ends up doing. Thank you all.